All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to get started with a request that came in long before I even got here. It goes like so. 1, 2. Call me a joker. Call me a fool. Right at this moment I'm totally cool. Clear as a crystal, sharp as a knife. I feel like I'm in the prime of my life. Sometimes it feels like I'm going too fast. I don't know how long this feeling will last. Maybe it's only tonight, darling. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm shocked, sometimes I don't know how much more I've got. Maybe I'm headed right over the hill. Maybe I set myself up for the kill. Tell me, how much do you think you can take until the heart in you starting to break? Sometimes it feels like it will, darling. I don't know why I go to extremes. Too high or too low, there ain't no in-betweens. You can be sure when I'm gone, I won't be out there too long, darling. I don't know why I go to extremes. Out of the darkness into the light, leaving the scene of the crime. Either I'm wrong or I'm perfectly right every time. Sometimes I lie awake night after night, coming apart at the seams, eager to please, ready to fight. Why do I go to extremes? And if I stand or I fall, it's all or nothing at all, darling. I don't know why I go to extremes. No, I don't know why I go to extremes. Too high or too low, there ain't no in between. You can be sure when I'm gone, I won't be out there too long, darling. I don't know why I go to extremes. I can't say that was one of my better improvs at the end, but that's how you know it's live. Also when I forget the words. How's everybody doing today? Thank you. Hey, thanks, Ruth Ann. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let's see. How's it? Hi, Noah. How we doing? Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let's see here. What are we doing? Well, let's see. As always, everybody who's here, please chime in. Let me know where you're watching from. Always like to know that. Ooh, greetings from Finland. Thank you. I appreciate you chiming in and saying hello. That does, I just wanted to, I want to plant this seed for everybody, speaking of needing to go to bed here. I'm toying with the idea. I'm not making any promises that I'm going to make a change, but, you know, trying to find a time for a global audience is kind of almost an exercise in folly. It just can't be done. But I get the sense that a lot of my North American audience is either retired or working from home or possibly going to be back in some sort of lockdown or shelter in place pretty soon, or at least they're going to be spending a lot more time at home, and so they are a little more flexible with this. My European crowds are kind of going back to work. School's going to be starting again. And I was very surprised how dedicated they've been to this. So I'm thinking about backing this off by like an hour or an hour and a half, starting at maybe, right now I start at 3 o'clock my time, maybe starting it at 2 or even 1:30. I just kind of want to, you know, maybe drop a comment and let me know what you think about that. I want to get a sense for who that would be better for, who it would be worse for, and just kind of get some kind of idea of whether that would be better on balance or worse on balance for everybody. And again, I'm just going to proceed like I have been until I get like a clear signal that it would be smart to do something different. But I am hopeful that I can find some kind of time that will allow as many people to participate as possible. Okay, so that was a request by Ruth Ann, and this one is a request by a friend of mine named Kevin Lawrence. I'm really excited to announce, those of you who are also Kevin Lawrence fans on YouTube, I'm one of his biggest fans, he and I will be broadcasting together for a special digital face-to-face on Thursday, August 13th. And we'll be doing a lot more promo, and we'll get a time and everything kind of set up and get it out there so you can see when it's coming. But we're really looking forward to spending a couple hours together on the air, trading some songs, telling some stories, and we've found we can't play together as much as I would like to, but just because there's a slight lag in the time. We're about a half second off from each other. We've tested it. But we found a way to sort of play some songs together, too. So we're looking forward to that event, and I hope that you'll put it in your calendars. It's something that we've been talking about doing for a long time. And anyway, he asked me if I knew how to play this song, and I do, so I'm going to play this one for him. I don't know if he's in the crowd tonight, but he usually checks these out at some point. So this is by Elton John in 2000 from an album called Songs from the West Coast. This is called This Train Don't Stop. You may not believe it, but I don't believe in miracles anymore. When I think about it, I don't believe I ever did for sure. All the things I've said in songs, all the purple prose you bought from me. Reality's just black and white. The sentimental things I'd write never meant that much to me. I used to be the man express, a steam and whistles heading west, picking up my pain from door to door, riding on the storyline, furnace burning overtime. But this train don't stop. This train don't stop. This train don't stop there anymore. Well, you don't need to hear it, but I'm dried up and sick to death of blood. And if you need to know it, I never really understood that stuff. All the stars are bleeding hearts, all the tears have welled up in my eyes. Never meant a thing to me, read them as they say and weep, never felt enough to cry. I used to be the man express, a steam and whistles heading west, riding on my pain from door to door, riding on the storyline, furnace burning overtime. But this train don't stop. This train don't stop. This train don't stop there anymore. When I say that I don't care, it really means my engine's breaking down. The chisel in my heart's again, the granite cracks beneath my skin crumble into pieces on the ground. I used to be the man express, all steam and whistles heading west, picking up my pain from door to door, riding on a storyline, furnace burning overtime. But this train don't stop. This train don't stop. This train don't stop there anymore. This train don't stop. This train don't stop. This train don't stop there anymore. All right. Let's see what's in the comments here. Okay, we've got fantastic group of people in here tonight. Hi, Paul. No, I have no bias against or for anybody's comments. What happens is that there are usually, for me, by the end of one of these shows between YouTube and Facebook, which I get all in one big feed on my StreamYard, which is the software that I use to put this out. And between the two platforms, I usually end up with about 300 to 400 comments. There's absolutely no way I can even read all of them because I got to spend a good portion, obviously. I spend a lot more time singing and playing than I do reading comments throughout the show. So I end up missing a lot, and I apologize. I'm never intentionally skipping over anybody. I saw Ruth's comment because she is the one who asked me to play I Go to Extremes early. So there you go. That's the great mystery behind how this all works. So I apologize because I know that there are requests that get unnoticed or unseen. I usually try to go through and read all the comments afterwards just to see what people have been asking for and to help guide myself in future streams. But unless you want me to read comments the entire time and not play any music, I'm going to miss a good portion of what's out there. So, but I promise you, it's not because I don't like you. Okay, so we played some Billy Joel, we played some Elton John, and I'm going to play another Elton song that came in ahead of the show because it's going to work in nicely with a little theme that I wanted to come back to today, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this one is this is a song that Elton did in tribute to a hero of his named John Lennon. And they wrote it, in about 1981, not terribly long after John was assassinated. And this is a beautiful song called Empty Garden for John's hero, for Elton's hero, John Lennon. What happened if, as a New York sunset disappeared, I found an empty garden among the flagstones there. Who lived here? He must have been a gardener that Caroline, who weeded out the tears and grew a good crop. And now it all looks strange. It's funny how one insect can damage so much grain. What's it for? This little empty garden by the brownstone door, and in the cracks along the sidewalk, nothing grows no more. Who lived here? Must have been a gardener that cared a lot, who weeded out the tears and grew a good crop. We are so amazed, we're crippled and we're dazed. A gardener like that one, no one can replace. And I've been knocking, but no one answered. And I've been knocking most of the day. Oh, and I've been calling. Oh, hey, Johnny, can't you come out to play? And through the tears, some say he fought his best in younger years, but he'd have said the roots grew stronger if only he could hear. Must have been a gardener that cared a lot, who weeded out the tears and grew a good crop. And now we pray for rain, and with every drop that falls, we hear your name. And I've been knocking, but no one answers. And I've been knocking most all the day. Oh, most of the day. Oh, I've been calling. Whoa, hey, Johnny, can you come out? Can you come out to play? Johnny, can you come out to play in your empty garden? Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden? Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden? Oh, oh, oh. And oh, 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 oh. Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden? Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden? Johnny, can't you come out to play in your empty garden? All right. So I just wanted to play that one. First of all, someone had asked for it, so when I can, I try to honor that. And secondly, you know, that song was about John Lennon, and I love John Lennon. I have great affection for John Lennon. Great affection for the Beatles. But for me, there was but one true genius in the Beatles. That's just for me. And that man's name is Paul McCartney. And Paul McCartney has never been treated as well by music critics in Rolling Stone or Billboard as John Lennon has been. Music critics have a tendency to assume that you're not being honest or artsy at all unless everything that you write is dripping with darkness and pain. But Paul reminds me of me. A lot of times he writes very happy things. He writes songs that make me feel good. They're musically brilliant. He has, in the past, had an absolutely incredible voice. He's a magnificent, marvelous musician on a number of different instruments, and he writes these melodies that you hear him once and you just can't let go of them. So he is the reason why I became a Beatles fan, and of course I love John, and I love George, and I love Ringo, but Paul's my man, and I've had the chance to see Paul live, and it was an extraordinary experience for me. And the reason why I've been thinking about Paul is the other day they released a new music video because they had the 20th anniversary of a song, actually the 25th anniversary, perhaps. 20th or 25th, I don't know. It was some kind of a remaster of a great album that came out in the 90s called Flaming Pie. And they re-released this music video onto YouTube, and I saw it, and I remembered how much I loved this album because I haven't listened to it since probably 1998 or something. I was working in a record store when it came out, and now, looking back on it, I see what had happened or what was going on in the backdrop. You see, Paul had 10 great years with Wings all through the 70s, and then John got shot. And it kind of spooked Paul, and he didn't play live for about a decade because he was afraid he might be next. And he finally decided to go back out on the road in like 1989. He did this amazing tour that they made a Disney, they made a concert video out of it they put on the Disney Channel called Get Back. And it was the first time that he truly embraced his Beatles history. He played like a ton of Beatles songs. And it was it's just incredible. And that's the first exposure I really had to Paul McCartney, was watching that show. And I became an instant fan when I was like, I don't know, 12, something like that. And then he did another tour, another album, and at the end of like 1993, Linda, his wife, got diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was really late stage. And so they fought it, but it was kind of apparent that she was not probably going to make it. And so they spent about 5 years not really making that public, but kind of fighting that. And then the Beatles anthology thing came out, and EMI Records told Paul, we don't want you to put a solo album out until after this is done. So he spent 4 years healing old wounds with George and Ringo, and not necessarily with Yoko, but with George and Ringo, and making the music, the new songs for the Beatles anthology, and overseeing the documentary footage and all of that. And then he worked on this, and this was the last album that he made while Linda was still alive, and she participated. And anyway, this song, I heard it for the first time in 20 years on YouTube the other day, and I just could not get it out of my mind. I've listened to it probably 100 times in 2 days. It's called Beautiful Night, and I wanted to play that for you. Someone's gone out fishing, someone's high and dry, someone's on a mission to the lonely Lorelei. Some folks got a vision of a castle in the sky, and I'm left stranded wondering why. You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood, I won't need a castle, they've got castles in Versailles. And I'm still stranded, wondering why. Make it a beautiful night for me, a beautiful night for love, a wonderful sight for lovers of love to behold. It's a beautiful night for lovers of love to behold. Some boats on the ocean, and we're here in this room. Seems to me the perfect way to spend an afternoon. And we can look for castles, pretty castles in the sky. No more wondering why. 'Cause things can go wrong, things can go right, things can go bump in the dead of the night. So let me be there, let me be there, let me be there with you in the dead of the night. lovers of love to behold. It's a beautiful night for me, a beautiful night for love, a beautiful night for lovers of love to behold. It's a beautiful night, yeah, it's a beautiful night. All right, thank you for indulging me there. I will be returning from time to time, playing some Paul McCartney throughout the night. Okay, let's take a look at the requests here. Okay, what all do we have in the lyrics? Oh, I see Tomorrow is Today. I haven't played that one in a while, but let me take a look at that. Pull up some lyrics here. I certainly don't remember them. Let's see if I can fake my way through Tomorrow is Today. This is a tune off of Billy Joel's first album. It's called Cold Spring Harbor, 1972. It's actually got some great songs on it, but it was mastered at the wrong speed. And it made him sound like kind of a chipmunk. And they lost the original acetate. So when they tried to correct it, they didn't really have what they needed to properly correct it. So it's never really quite sounded right, but there's some brilliant songs on there, and this is one of my favorites. I've been living for the moment, but I just can't have my way. And I'm afraid to go to sleep, 'cause tomorrow is today. People tell me life is sweeter, but I don't hear what they say. And nothing comes to change my life, so tomorrow is today. I don't care to know the hour, 'cause it's passing anyway. I don't have to see tomorrow, 'cause I saw it yesterday. So I listen for an answer, but the feeling seems to stay. And what's the use of always dreaming if tomorrow is today? Oh, still I'm waiting for the morning, but it feels so far away. And you don't need the love I'm giving, so tomorrow is today. Oh my, I'm going to the river, gonna take a ride and the Lord will deliver me. Make my bed, now I'm gonna gonna lie in it, and if you don't come, you're gonna die in it. Too late, too much giving. I've seen a lot of life, and I'm damn sick of living it. I keep hoping that you will pass my way. And someday, if your dreams are leaving you, I'll still believe in you. Ooh. I don't care to know the hour, 'cause it's passing anywhere. And I don't have to see tomorrow, 'cause I saw it yesterday. Though I'm living and I'm singing, and although my hands still play, soon enough it will all be over, 'cause tomorrow is today. All right, nice, fun request. I haven't played that in a long time. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let me see here. KL was good last night. I bet he was. I haven't seen that one. Well, maybe I did watch that. I just wasn't there live. Sorry. All the days are bleeding together. All the days are bleeding together. Okay. So, let's see here. Hi, Joe. Thank you. Okay, well, let's see. It looks like people are looking for an upbeat number, which is fine with me. This is one that I have been practicing lately, that I played it at the beginning of a show not too long ago. But I still didn't quite play it right. Let me pull some lyrics up here. I was close, but I still missed it a little bit. So I'm going to give it another shot. This was a song from, this is actually by The Who, but Elton John cut it for a movie that they made out of this rock opera that they did called Tommy. And Elton played a character called the Pinball Wizard. So let's see how this goes this time. Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. He stands there like a statue, comes part of the machine, feeling all the bubbles, always playing clean. He plays by intuition, the digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. Pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. How do you think he does it? I don't know what makes him so good. Well, he ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzing bells, don't see lights are flashing, he plays by sense of smell. He always has a replay, never tilts at all. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays mean pinball. He can't beat me now, I've always been the champ. I know every trick, no freak's gonna beat my hand. Yeah. Even on my favorite table, he can beat my best. The disciples lead him in, he just does the rest. Got crazy flipping fingers, I've never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind boy sure plays mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. Pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. He's a pinball wizard that scores a trillion more. Pinball wizard that spoils no pinball lord. He's scoring more. He's scoring more. Hey! through. I think I even remembered all the sections on that one this time. Woo! Okay, let's see here. What else do we have here on the requests? Hi, Mom. You know, as it turns out, I got a request for that one from somebody else ahead of the show as well. So I guess we will break from rock and roll for a moment, move to country. This goes back to 1990. This really kind of took over the world. It's like all you could hear for about a year. This is by Garth Brooks. Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots, ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. Well, I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through. You'll never hear me complain, 'cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. Well, now I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I got friends in low places. Guess I was wrong, I just don't belong. But then I've been there before. Everything's alright, I'll just say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door. Well, I didn't mean to cause a big scene, just give me an hour and then, well, I'll be as high as that ivory tower you're living in. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. Well, now I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I've got friends in low places. All right, I'm going to do something a little novel here. Garth always sings a special third verse to the song when he's in concert. Although I don't know if you can really call it a third verse. It's more like verse 2.21. Sounds a heck of a lot like the second verse, but he alters it just enough to be a little more like how he thinks he would actually handle the situation. Something like this. I guess I was wrong, I just don't belong. But then I've been there before. Everything's alright, you just say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door. Well, I didn't mean to cause a big scene, just wait till I finish this glass. Then sweet little lady, I'll head back to the bar and you can kiss my ass. 'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. Well, now I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis. Oh, I've got friends in low places. Well, I've got friends in low places. Ha-ha. All right. All right, here's one here's one I wanted to share with you because I think of all the songs that Paul McCartney's written in his life, including all the ones that he did when he was with the Beatles, I still think this is my favorite. And this was written on the first album after the Beatles. He wrote it for his wife Linda. Baby, I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you pulled me out of time, hung me on a line. Maybe I'm amazed at the way that I really need you. Maybe I'm a man, maybe I'm a lonely man who's in the middle of something that he doesn't really understand. Maybe I'm a man and you're the only woman who could ever help me. Baby, won't you help me to understand? Ooh, you're the only woman who could ever help me. Baby, won't you help me to understand? Ooh, baby, I'm amazed at the way you're with me all the time. Maybe I'm afraid of the way I leave you. Maybe I'm amazed at the way you help me sing my song. You right me when I'm wrong. Maybe I'm afraid of the way that I really need you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, oh, Won't you help me to understand? Ooh, I'm a man. Maybe I'm amazed. Yeah, maybe I'm amazed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm amazed. Amazed with you. Ooh, ooh. All right, let's get back to some requests. Let's see here. Well, I used to do it by destroying my voice. Now I've learned how to just press enough air through that I can put a little dirt in there without hurting myself. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Let me see. You've been looking for. Oh, you guys are having a conversation about gear. All right. Let's see what's up here a little ways. What have I missed? Oh, this is a fun one. Don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me, can honestly say that things can only get better. And while I'm away, dust out the demons inside, and it won't be long before you and me run to the place in our hearts where we hide. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, and laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Just stare into space, picture my face in your hand. Live for each second without hesitation, and never forget I'm your man. Wait on me, girl. Cry in the night if it helps, but more than ever, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, and laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, and laughing like children, laughing like love's rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Laughing like children, living like lovers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Laughing like children, living like lovers. Guess that's why they call it the blues. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. All right, let's go through some more of these. What all do we have happening up here? Now I want to hear 16 tons. Let me see. I say 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. When I saw John Denver, he did a little mock-up of this. He was a golfer, and so am I. I shouldn't call myself a golfer. I play golf very badly. Say 18 holes, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. I want to leave the course, but I can't go, 'cause I owe my soul to the country club pro. I don't remember all the other words. Tennessee Ernie Ford. Hi, Brenda. Yes, it was. The Friends in Low Places. Thank you for sending it in. I appreciate it very much. Let's see here. Oh, well, thanks, Edward. Okay, so let's try. I saw in the comments something that I've been wanting to play for a while. Since I saw it pop up as a request, that's my excuse to do it. This is, I'm not going to go into a long explanation about it other than to say what I heard Billy Joel say about it when he performed it. He said, this is a song not so much about cities as it is about friendship. And it's called Leningrad. Victor was born in the spring of 44 and never saw his father anymore. A child of sacrifice, a child of war, another son who never had a father after Leningrad. Went off to school and learned to serve the states, followed the rules, and drank his vodka straight. The only way to live was drown the hates. A Russian life was very sad, and such was life in Leningrad. And I was born in 49, a Cold War kid in McCartney time. Stop him at the 38th parallel, blast those yellow reds to hell. Cold War kids were hard to kill, under their desk in an air raid drill. Haven't they heard we won the war? What do they keep Victor was sent to some Red Army town, served out his time, became a circus clown. The greatest happiness he'd ever found was making Russian children glad, and children lived in Leningrad. And children lived in Levittown and hid in the shelters underground, though the Soviets turned their ships around, tore the Cuban missiles down. And in that bright October sun, we knew our childhood days were done. And I watched my friends go off to war. What do they keep on fighting for? And so my child and I came to this place to see him eye to eye, and face to face he made my daughter laugh. Then we embraced. We never knew what friends we had until we came to Leningrad. Thank you for the request. That one, I've had the pleasure of actually getting to know a little bit, at least digitally, not in person, but one of the great pleasures of my experience as a musician, actually, was that when I made a YouTube video for that one, a YouTube performance video, Victor, the real Victor, his name is Victor Razanov, in Russia. He left a comment on my YouTube video and found me on Facebook and friended me and reached out, and we had a lovely conversation, and he's a really sweet-natured fellow. It was a real kick in the pants, so special experience. Yes, he's a real guy. Victor is a fellow who worked in the circus, and he lives in Moscow now, and basically he's from Moscow. But when Billy did a tour of Russia, he was the first Western musician to bring like a full-scale concert tour with lights and big stage and all that stuff. And anyway, Victor found a way to get to the front row at all 6 shows. About the third night, Billy noticed the same guy in the front row just pounding on the stage, and he said to the crew, "Hey, get that guy and bring him back. We'll do some pictures and sign some autographs and give him some keepsakes, because he's really making an effort." And they became friends, and so that was the basis of the song, was to write about how people just like us were living in the Soviet Union during the Cold War, and they were living the Cold War too, just from the other side. But we get to write the history that Russia was evil, but the people of Russia are just like we are. Their government might have been evil, but that whole experience for him was such that he kind of realized, there is no Cold War between me and these folks over here. They're just like the people I grew up with in Long Island, and Victor was the embodiment of that. So really cool. So it was really special for me when Victor reached out. And wouldn't pretend for a second that we're like close friends or anything, but that was a really special moment for me as a musician. I've loved that song for a long time. Okay, my friend Sharbowitz. My friend Sharbowitz is begging me for some vintage Chicago. So, I'm going to give it to him so that he doesn't have a heart attack. 2, 3, 4. As I was walking down the street one day, a man came up to me and asked me what the time was that was on my watch. And I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. As I was walking down the street one day, a pretty lady looked at me and said her diamond watch had stopped cold day. And I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. As I was walking down the street one day, being pushed and shoved by people trying to beat the clock. Oh, I just don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And I said, yes, I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. Everybody's hurrying, and I don't care about time. I don't care. There you go, Sharby. Bring yourself out of cardiac arrest. Ooh, Daniel. That's a good one. Oh my. Now this is a great, great song. I might have to come back to that at a future stream. I absolutely love that song, but I know I'll mess a bunch of the chord changes up on this one. But I'm putting that one down as something to play like literally next time, because I'm pretty close on it, but I just it's got some really strange, really strange chords in it. Okay, let's see here. I just saw this in the Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights heading for Spain. Oh, and I can see Daniel waving goodbye. Oh, it looks like Daniel. It must be the clouds in my eyes. Say Spain is pretty, oh, I've never been. But Daniel says it's the best place he's ever seen. Oh, yeah, he should know he's been there enough. Lord, I miss Daniel. Oh, I miss him so much. Oh, Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain of the scars that won't heal? Your eyes have died. You see more than I. And Daniel, you're a star in the face of the sky. Whoa, Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain of the scars that won't heal? Your eyes have died, but you see more than I. Daniel, you're a star in the face of the sky. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights ahead of his Spain. Oh, and I can see Daniel waving goodbye. Oh, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. Oh, God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. All right, thank you for the request. Love that song. Okay, The Entertainer or Summer Highland Falls. How about we'll do The Entertainer? I've done Summer Highland Falls at a lot of these lately. Plus, this will allow me to play a little bit of a rocker. All right, I'm going to do something kind of dangerous here. I'm going to see if I can remember all the words to this. I'm the entertainer. I noticed where I stand. Another serenader, another long-haired man. Today I am your champion. I may have won your hearts, but I know the game. You forget my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. I am the entertainer. Had to pay my price. The things I did not know at first, learned by doing twice. Still they come to haunt me. Still they want their say. So learn to dance with a hand in my pants, let them rub my neck, and then I write them a check, and they go their merry way. Whoa, I am the entertainer. I've been all around the world. I played all kinds of palaces and laid all kinds of girls. I can't remember faces, don't remember names. Oh, but what the hell, you know it's just as well. After a while and a million miles same. I am the entertainer, had to do my songs, like to spend a day or two. I can't stay that long, no, I got to meet expenses, got to stay in line, gotta get those fees to the agency, so I'd love to stay, but there's bills to pay, so I just don't have the time. I'm the entertainer, I come to play my show. You heard my latest record, it's been on the radio. Oh, it took me years to write it, they were the best years of my life. Was a beautiful song, but it ran too long. If you're gonna have a hit, you gotta make a hit, so they cut it down to 305. I am the entertainer, the idol of my age. I make all kinds of money when I go on the stage. You've seen me in the papers, been in the magazines, so if I go cold I won't get sold, I'll get put in the back in the discount rack like another can of beans. I am the entertainer, and alone I know just where I stand. Another serenader from another long-haired band. Today I am your champion, I may have won your hearts, but I know the game, you will get my name, and I won't be here in another year if I don't stay on the charts. All right, thanks for the request. Let's go look at some of these. Actually, let's see. I'm going to play one more that I just kind of brought with me that I wanted to play. I don't know if there's such a thing as the most beautiful song ever written. I suppose that's subjective. But if there were a way to pin it down, I think this one would be in the running. This is one that Paul wrote in 1966 for an album called Revolver. And just a fun story about this one. When I had about a 10, 12, I don't know, maybe a 12 or 15 year period in my life where I went to a lot of concerts. I still go to concerts, but not as often as I used to, because honestly, for the last 10 or 15 years of my life, I've kind of been busy playing on the nights that concerts are going. So, but it was a really magical period there where I did a lot of concert watching. And when I saw Paul McCartney, I used to have this thing where I would be like, God, is this person actually going to be here in the room? Like, because I was so starstruck by these people. And with Paul McCartney especially, because I think he was the biggest icon I'd ever seen. And that's saying something, because I'd seen Billy Joel and Elton John, and they're pretty iconic. But the Beatles, and I'm not even saying I like the Beatles better than them, I just am saying in terms of the scope of what they mean to culture and the world, it was such a big deal. So I always had this thing like, I never believed it was actually happening until the first note of the show would hit. But we're standing in line, waiting to get into the auditorium, and they were doing a late sound check. And I heard Paul rehearsing this with the band to get levels. And I was like, so it was like, oh my God, he really is here. He really is here. And then he played it at the show. It was fantastic. So this is called Here, There, and Everywhere. To lead a better life, need my love to be here, here, making each day of the year, changing my life with a wave of the hand. Nobody can deny that there's something there, running my hands through her hair, both of us thinking how good it can be. Someone is speaking, but she doesn't know he's there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her rise and hoping I'm always there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need never care. But to love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her rise and hoping I'm always there. I wanna be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. The Beatles. Hey, Betty Ann. I just saw a really nice comment from you. You're really sweet. Thank you so much. You bring a lot of joy to me being here. What a great thing to be able to do. Ooh, Skyline Pigeon. I haven't played that one in a little while. I do not know how a 16-year-old kid writes lyrics like this. I really don't, because I sure didn't have them in me when I was 16. I'm not sure I have lyrics like this in me now, and I'm 42. Turn me loose from your hand, jack the shadow from distant lands, over green fields, trees and mountains, flowers and forest fountains, home along the lanes of the highway, for this dark and lonely room projects a shadow cast in gloom, and my eyes are mirrors of the world outside, thinking of the way that the wind can turn the tide. These shadows turn from purple into gray, but just this skyline pigeon dreaming of the open, waiting for the day he can spread his wings and fly away again. Fly away, sky very far behind. Fly away, skyline pigeon, fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind. Just let me wake up in the morning to the sound of moon moan hay, to laugh and cry, to live and die in the brightness of my day. I want to hear the pealing bells, distant churches sing. Most of all, please free me from this aching metal ring, and open out this cage toward the sun. Just this skyline pigeon, dreaming of the open, waiting for the day he can spread his wings and fly away again. Fly away, skyline pigeon, fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind. Fly away, skyline pigeon, fly towards the dreams you left so very far behind.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the request. Love that song. Okay, I keep forgetting to mention, if you're just joining us and you don't know who I am, my name is Steve Lungrin. I go by the moniker Piano Man Steve. Every Wednesday and Sunday at 3 o'clock on the Pacific coast of the United States, we get together and do this for a couple hours. I am an internationally known entertainer, thanks to YouTube, and piano teacher. If you're interested in my method, which is you do not have to read sheet music or anything like that in order to learn the basics of how I play, you can check out, there's some links in the description, learningmusicisfun.com. There's some free stuff there. Good. If you're really enjoying yourself and you feel so inclined, I do have some digital tip jars in the descriptions, both in YouTube and in Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you'll have to close the live chat for a second to see that, or you can wait until the end of the broadcast. But anyway, never required, always appreciated, whether it's $1 or $5 or $20 or $100. It all adds up, all helps keep the lights on. Really helps me keep new content rolling. So big thanks to all of you who've been leaving digital tips and tuning in and watching and giving me requests. And just give me a big old warm fuzzy every week. Okay. Let's do, well, let's see what we have in here. Everyone always wants to hear Bennie and the Jets. Let's see here. What did you say here? Jack, thanks for the lovely music, and I want to thank you for all your tutorials. They've helped me a lot, and honestly, I think they're the best tutorials on YouTube. Well, thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you, Jack. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Edward. Okay, well, it looks like everyone wants to hear this thing. Wants me to bring this old girl out of the corral.
In the summer, it's been known to change the weather and kill the bite and carve the night, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. So Kenny and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Oh, be blind. Bennie makes amazes. We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. We find our parents out in the street, do find it right into the road. So Kenny and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Oh, they're so spaced out. Bennie and the Jets. Oh, 'cause they're winning the wonderful. Why, Daddy, she's a really key. She's got electric boots, Moab suit. I read it in a magazine. No more. A Bennie and the Jets. Yeah. She's really keen. Got electric boots, a Moab suit. I read it in a magazine. No war. But Bennie and the Jets, yeah. Bennie. Bennie,
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate that little chance to show off a little bit. So I've been talking a little bit about Paul McCartney today. I wanted to share a song with you that I wrote that I kind of feel like was inspired by Paul's writing style. I wanted to write something happy. I wanted to write something catchy. And I wanted to write something floaty. And I always have imagined Paul's voice singing this. This is on an album I put out in 2018. The album is called Keep This Party Rollin'. And this is a song called Everything You Do. And it kind of reminds me of the relationship that he and Linda had. They were quite a little couple there. And it's about how when you're with someone and you kind of, all the little stuff that you only get to know about someone when you've been with them for a while, and that becomes your favorite stuff, the stuff that they try to hide from you when you first meet. That they'd be kind of embarrassed for you to know, but eventually if you spend enough time together, there's no way for it not to come out. And how that ultimately becomes what you love most about them. It's called Everything You Do. I'm gonna send this out to one of my big heroes in the world, Mr. Paul McCartney. Well, I love the way that music gets you dancing without shame. Wait a minute. I don't know the words to my own song, so I pulled up the lyrics and I was on the wrong stanza. In show business, we call this take two. Well, I love the way you wear a ponytail when you feel lazy, and that stash of chocolate you keep it for when you feel crazy. I love those worn-out flannel pants you like to wear at night, and how every time I'm eating something sweet, you steal a bite. I love the way that music gets you dancing without shame, and how much you just gotta win when we're playing a game. I love that look that you give me when you want me to stay. But when I think about it, girl, what I'm trying to say is I love everything you do. Yes, I do. And I love the way you decorate for every new occasion, and how you take 1,000 pictures on each new vacation. I love that you still love to go make angels in the snow, and how you send a birthday card to everyone you know. And I love the times you want to wear my worn out baggy shirt. Even after all this time together, you still love to flirt. And I love the times that we both laugh till we're both in tears. And I know that I will still feel the same way in 30 years. I love everything you do. Yes, I do. And I love yes, I do. And I don't care where we're going, and I don't care what we do. I do. And I love that I'm the one with you. Yes, I do. You know I do. Yes, you know I do. Hey, I'd love to be the one with you. You know I do. All right. Well, folks, I have an appointment that I've got to meet here in just a little bit, so I'm going to cut this one. Normally I go about 2 hours and 5 minutes or so. This one's going to be probably just like 2 minutes shy of 2 hours, but I'm going to do one last song for you. Thank you, as usual, for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. I've had a lovely time as always. I appreciate you giving me the freedom to do some music by Paul McCartney. He's really been in my heart these last couple of days. For listening to me play one of my own. I'm going to close tonight with, I don't know, I don't really have a favorite Paul McCartney song. Well, I like Maybe I'm Amazed the most probably, but this has got to be right up there. It's just an anthem, and I think in these strange and difficult times that we're living through right now, this is awfully good advice. This is what Paul used to soothe himself through the breakup of the Beatles, and I think it's one of their most enduring songs. So I'm going to play it for us all now. Get your lighters out and sing along with me at home, will you? When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, let it be. You
let it be. Wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Come now, let it be. Yeah, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Woo! Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yeah, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Whoa, let it be. Hey, thanks everybody. Hope you have a great night, great week. I'll see you again on Wednesday. I'll read through the comments, see what you've been asking for, and get a sense on the time and all of that. But we'll just kind of keep a dialogue open about that. But thank you so very much. And remember, for you musicians out there, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And for everyone, make sure that you take the chance to give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. Never know when your last chance to do that's going to come around. So thanks a lot. I'll be back here again in a few days. Have a good one, folks.